Here is my marker. Marker. So in last class till where we have discussed? So if anyone asks you what do you mean by method overloading, what exactly we should say? Yes. Yes. With respect to method overloading, at least 3 points you should speak. Which are those? Sorry. Definition, first thing. Second thing is nothing but virtual polymorphism. Third thing is nothing but return type does not play any role in your method overloading. Clear with that? Okay, next what? As I've already told, today it is all about static keyword. What is the new concept? The concept is all about static keyword. Yes. So online, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Quickly think and answer. When exactly we should use static keyword? When should we use static keyword? I'm not asking you if I make any variable as static, what will happen? I'm asking you when exactly can we make any particular variable as static? This time. Due to common entity. Okay. So I'll give you an example, but before that, there are few more things that has to be discussed. First, we'll go through that and then I'll shift towards static variable. Getting my point? So very first thing, I just want to ask you one question. From where exactly the execution of program will start? Sorry? See here. All of you kindly observe. So basically, whenever I speak about static, there are three terminologies. Which are those? There are three types of static elements. Which are those? Static, variable, static, block, and static method. Getting my point? Very first thing, if anyone asks you anything about static keyword, I'm not speaking about static variable in specific. If anyone asks you static keyword, what exactly you should say? Basically, there are three types of static elements. Which are those? Static variable, static block, and static methods. But in a program, along with static elements, is there any non-static elements as well? Definitely yes. Which are those? Non-static variable, non-static block, non-static what? By chance, if anyone get this particular topic in your interview, it is somewhere that you can consider yourself as luckiest, because this is one such topic if you explain in a better way and if you understand first, and definitely you can explain it in a better way. And hopefully, if you explain this, I don't think anyone will ask you anything further. Anything further. As simple as that. Okay. So now, who will get executed first? Sorry. Always. Static variable is the one which will get executed first, static block second, static method third. You said main method. Main method will come under which category among these three? It comes under static method. Public static void main. Yes, main is a method, but it is also a static one. So it comes under static method. But before static method, is there anything that will get executed? Yes, what is that? Static variable and static block. So if anyone asks you what will get executed very first at the very beginning in your Java program, then what exactly you should say? Basically, it starts from static variable. Okay, after this, what will get executed? Once after static method is done, then non-static variable will start, non-static block will start, non-static method at last. Okay, sir, I want to understand this in a better way, sir. Have patience. I'll take one sample program. There you will get a better idea. Getting my point? Now, I want to ask one question. That is, can I access static variable inside non-static block? Can I access non-static variable inside static method? Yes. Means everything is yes. Is there anything which is no? You know or you don't know? That you tell me. My question is, can I access static variable in static block? Static variable in static block. Static variable in static method. Non-static block variable in non-static block. Non-static variable in non-static method. Yes. Static variable in non-static block. Static variable in non-static method. Non-static variable in static block. Non-static variable in static method. Yes, no. Yes for what? For everything. No for what? So, however, if you don't have a clarity, please listen to it carefully. If you remember this example, it will be easy for you to remember this particular question. At least these questions, if anyone asks you at any point of time, any day you can answer. According to what I've explained just a few minutes back, you tell me, very first, the execution of program will start from where? Static variable, and then block, then static method, non-static variable, non-static block, non-static method. This is how the flow goes. Am I right? So now the question is, if you ask me, sir, can I access? Variable means what? One value will be there. Yes or no? One particular value will be there where all I can access that. Here also non-static variable means one more value will be there where all I can access that. So please listen carefully. Assume that these are nothing but the students in respective semesters. Okay, these are your semesters, these are your students. Now you think and tell me, the person who is present in second semester, will he be knowing the syllabus of first semester or not? Don't tell me that he will not remember, sir. After one semester is done, we will forget. That is true. But will you know or not? Yes. So which means this particular thing is possible. Yes. Now coming to static method. Okay, inside static method, can I access static variable? Yes, no. For sure, this is also yes. How come, sir? The person who is present in third semester, will he be knowing the syllabus of first semester or not? Yes, for sure. And more than that, thinking practically, you cannot tell this example in front of interviewer, but however, thinking practically, according to the flow, who will get executed first? Variable. Once this is already executed means what? Memory is allocated, value has been assigned. Now, if you come to static method, and if you are trying to access this, don't you think already it has been allocated and assigned also? So you can definitely use it. Yes or no? In a similar way, a person present in fifth semester, can he access the syllabus of fourth semester? Will he know the syllabus of fourth semester? Sixth semester person, will he know the syllabus of fourth semester? Yes. Fifth semester student, will he know the syllabus of first semester or not? Means, can I access static variable inside non-static block? Yes or no? Normally, the person who is studying in fifth semester, will he know the syllabus of first semester or not? Exactly, he may not remember the concepts, but definitely at least he will know the subjects. Yes or no? In a similar way, the person who is present in sixth semester, will he know the syllabus of first semester or not? Yes, which means, can I access static variable inside static method? Sorry, non-static method? Definitely, this is also yes. Getting my point? Now comes the question. Can I access non-static variable inside static block? This one. This particular thing, if I try to access it here, is it possible? 100%? No. Why? You are trying to access, you are trying to execute static block. When you are trying to execute static block, you are trying to access non-static variable. Yes or no? Which comes at later point of time, or which will get executed at later point of time. This is your second stage. This is your fourth stage. Yes or no? Am I right? So here, the person who is studying second semester, will he know the syllabus of fourth semester? Does not really make sense. He don't even know the syllabus of second semester properly. How will he know the syllabus of fourth semester? Getting it? Next, what? Can I access static a non-static variable in static method? Done. Whatever questions I have asked you, solutions for all those questions. And it's simplest. There is nothing much complicated here. Rest everything you are able to understand this, I believe. Yes? Clear or not? Okay. So now to understand this, how exactly this will work, we will consider one sample program and we will try to declare few static variables, few non-static variables, and we will see how exactly this works. Fine. Okay. But at least this part, is that clear for all of you? Online?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, however, if this is clear, next what? If you ask me, as I've already told, I'll consider one simple example that is here. All of you kindly listen. Class, assume that I'll give the name as sample. Class name, will it matter if I give anything? Anything and everything you can give. It will work. So inside this, what I'll consider? I'll consider integer type x, y, z, and then static int a, b, and c. Yes. Next what, sir? Next what? I want to write one static block. Again, be careful, sir. Static variables, we will declare it as static. Non-static variables means we should declare it as non-static. No, where is it? If you don't declare anything, by default it is non-static. Non-static is nothing but your instance variables. If you observe, what are these? Instance variables. Okay, what are these? These are also, you may say, sir, these are also instance variables. Now, directly you cannot say as instance when there is static keyword. Static is an inbuilt keyword. If you type it in Eclipse, you will get this in blue color. Okay, red color, whatever is coming means it is inbuilt class, not just class, inbuilt class you should say, because there is again user defined classes as well. So whenever you want to address something about inbuilt classes, you should say that it will be in red color. Okay, and keywords, blue color. Okay, next one. I want to create one static block. How to create? Static. This will be your static block. Should I write, open bracket, close bracket here? Small brackets or parenthesis, we call it as. Should I write that? No, because that is not a method. It is a block. Okay, inside this, what I'll do? I'll just assign A equals to 10, B equals to 100, C equals to 1000. I want to create one non-static block as well. How to create? Sorry? Enter. I just have to write curly braces without anything. Okay, if you write static, which means it will be acting as static block. If you don't write anything, it will be acting as non-static block. All of you. Okay. FS23B, especially if you're feeling that, sir, it is just bouncing over my head, just let me know. Okay. Feel free. However, X equals to 9, Y equals to 99, Z equals to 999. And again, please don't come to any conclusion that, sir, I'm not understanding this. I believe it is very beginning of new concept, right? For FS23B especially at least. For others, maybe it is done. I don't know how much you know. But however, this is a new concept. When there is any new concept, please have patience until we proceed at least off of it, at least till off of it. Once at least half of it is done, by that time you will get a clarity whether you are understanding or not. In the very beginning, you may not get a complete picture. Okay, fine till here. Yes, no. Next, what I'll say that here I'll try to say void display one. Here, what I'll try to print. What type of method it is? Non-static method, because static keyword is not there. So here, what I will print, I'll just try to print X. I'll try to print Y. I'll try to print Z. Yes. And then I want to write one inside this. What I'll try to print? Sorry. What does it mean? I'm trying to print all the variables inside your static method. Why, sir? I just want, just a minute. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry because I've done a small mistake here. This one I'll make it as static, and here let it be. This one I'll make it as non-static. Because if this is a static method, you think and tell me, can I access non-static variable in static method, which is third semester student? Static method means which semester? Static variable, static block, static method. Third. And non-static variables? Fourth. Can I access, fourth semester syllabus in third semester? Does not make sense. So that was my mistake because I've changed the order. In PPT, if you check, that is different order. Here it is different order. So that was the mistake there. However, I'll close this class. Clear with the point? Next, what? Here I'll just try to write class launch sample. Okay. Inside this, what I'll do? What I'll do? Class name, what is it? And then and then any doubt in this? Any doubt in this? Till now I have not explained, but whatever I have written, at least in that, is there any doubt is what I'm asking? No? Can we proceed? Please listen carefully, because this is one such program. I'll explain hardly 1, 2, 3, 3 programs only. I have told previously also for few concepts that it is important. I'll ask again. If you listen, you will be able to answer. Later, don't come back saying that, sir, others are able to answer, I'm not able to answer. Why? That will not be my mistake or my problem. That is definitely your problem, because even if one student is understanding, which means somewhere you are lagging behind. Okay, you should work on. So please listen to it carefully. So now, where this particular program will be present, can anyone tell me? 100% it will be present inside one segment. Which segment it is? This will be in your code segment. Yes. Next, what? How exactly these programs will begin, sir? How exactly these programs will begin? Definitely there should be some way to start, right? Randomly, will it directly start from main method? All these days it was starting from main method. If you remember, all these days it was definitely starting from main method. But why? It was supposed to start from static variable, right? But it is starting from main method. Why? I am asking you, it is supposed to start from static variable. Yes, just before some time I have discussed that normally execution of program will start from where? Static variable. But all these days, whatever we have seen, it was starting from main method, nothing but static method. Why? Exactly. Simple question. You will make it as complex. My question was quite simple. All these days it's supposed to start from static variable, but it was starting from static method. The reason is that all these days, anywhere did we consider static variable? No. If there are no static variable, if there are no static block, definitely it will start from static method only. Yes or no? Next what? So now please listen to it carefully. This is your code segment where you have written a program. So very first, from where will it start, sir? This is your what? This is nothing but your stack segment. Yes, this is nothing but your stack segment. Next what? Very first, in the very beginning, what is going to happen if you ask me? First, who will get loaded on top of the stack? If you ask me, JVM will get loaded on top of the stack. And what JVM will do? JVM will hand over the control to CL. Means what? CL means. Have you heard of class loader in your architecture of Java? Not done only, right? For others, not done. Not done. JVM, JRE, done. Then architecture means what? Okay. If it is not done, I'll just give you an overview, hopefully some other day, not today. But assume that there is one software in your JDK. Inside your JDK, there are n number of softwares, just like your JVM is also one software inside JDK. If you remember Cricket Kit you remember? There will be many things. Yes or no? There will be many things inside one Cricket Kit. Yes, or toolkit you remember. Toolkit have you seen in your vehicles? At least toolkit you would have seen. There will be many things. Yes, first aid kit. In a similar way, JDK is nothing but Java Development Kit. There are many softwares, out of which class loader is also one among them. What is the duty of class loader? To load the class. Wow. The duty of class loader is to scan your complete code segment to check, is there any static elements in your program, not static variable directly. I'm speaking about static elements. Whenever I say static elements, which all? Static variables, static blocks, static methods. Getting my point? So what is the duty of, first JVM will get loaded on top of the stack and JVM will hand over the control to class loader. What is the duty of class loader? The duty of class loader is to scan the entire code segment to check, is there any static elements in your program. If it is there, what it will do? It will take a copy of it. It will not execute directly. It will take a copy of it and then it will load it to where? Sorry? Static segment. Getting my point? It will load it to static segment. So here, what exactly happened? JVM got loaded on top of the stack and then JVM handed over the control to class loader. What is the duty of class loader? Scan the entire code segment to check if there is any static elements in your program. Is it there? Yes. Which are those? So here, first it will just take a copy of it. Okay. Static int. Am I right? It will just load a copy of it. Did it execute till now? No, class loader's duty is not to execute it. It will just take a copy of it and it will place it on static segment. Okay, next what? You think and tell me, do you think only static variables are there in this program? No. Then don't you think static block also should be shifted to static segment? So now what will happen here? One static block also will come. What will be there here? Yes. Do you think only static variable and blocks are there? What else? Method. Which is that? What? Inside this. System.out.print. XYZ I have written. I'm so sorry. That is what I changed it, right? Later I forgot to change that. Here, ABC. Whichever static variables are there, I'll just try to print that. Is it done? Yes or no? All those who are saying yes, please think and tell me. Do you think only these are the static elements that are available in the program? Don't you think main is also one of the static element only? Yes or no? Then don't you think that also should be loaded? So here, public 1, 2, 3. This also will get loaded. Here. Now the duty of class loader is done. It will hand over the control back to whom? JVM. Clear? Yes or no? What is the duty of JVM? It will hand over the control to Class loader. What is the duty of class loader? Shall I? The duty of class loader is to scan your entire code segment to check is there any static elements available in your program. Whichever static elements are there, be it main method or display one method, display two method, whichever, or static variable or static block, it will directly take a copy of it. Not the direct values on direct statements only, it will not take. It will take a copy of those statements and it will place it on static segment. Done till here. Next, it has been handed over back to JVM. Okay, next what? As I've already told, execution of program always will start from where? Static variables, because of which now whatever is there in your static segment, first it will directly not start from stack. All these days we were starting directly from stack. Why? Because there were no other static elements. There was only one static element, that was main method. So it was starting from main. But today we are dealing with static variables as well. So whatever is there in your static segment, it will start getting executed from there only. Okay. What is there? What is there? First, it will allocate the memory for your A, your B, your C. And initially, it will be initialized to default values as well. Local variables, will it be initialized? No, but static variables definitely will be initialized to default values by JVM itself. Okay, JVM by itself, it will initialize it to default values. Next, what? Okay, this is done. Static variables execution is done. It will allocate memory for static variables. It will initialize it to default values. Done. Next, what? It will go for static block. In static block, what is there? Sorry. Yes. Yes or no? Next, what? Next, it will go to static method. In static method, how many static methods are there? Which are those? In your static segment, how many static methods are there? Two. Which are those? That is display one as well as main method. Among these two, which one will get executed first? Please listen, please be careful. All these days, I used to tell that it will directly start from main method. Why? Because while designing JDK or Java, what they have done is, even if you are having thousands of static methods, okay, at last main method is there. Okay, before that, how many are there? 999 static methods are present. First one is display one, second display two, display three, like the display 999. And at last it is main method. Even if you are having thousands of methods, very first method it will search for us main method only. If main method is there, then only it will proceed ahead. If it is not there, it will not proceed ahead. Because as I've already told, you need one entry point. Getting my point? Sir, display one, will it get executed, sir? No, for sure. For sure it is no. Getting my point? Yes, no. But static variables, directly it will get executed. Static block, directly it will get executed. But when it comes to methods, first method that it will search for is main method only. Apart from that, no other methods. Clear? So now when it comes to static method, main method it should execute. Which means what should happen? Control should be given to main method. Assume that control has been given to main method by your operating system. Then what should happen? What should happen whenever control reaches any method? Okay, is it something like I should tell the definition like this only, then only you will answer. If I change the statement, then you will not answer. Please be careful. At any point of time, control reaches any method, one activation record should be created. Where it should be created? On top of the stack, that is 100% true. But again, now the question is, the copy of that main method is present in your static segment as well as in your code segment. So from where will it come? Here activation record should be created, right? What is activation record? Copy of that respective method. Now that method is present here also. Now the same method is present there also. From where will it come? From code segment will it come? No. Static elements are something like VIPs. Okay. What does it mean, sir? Assume that in front of BGS there is one tea shop. If I go there and if I try to search for Modi, will I get him? Modi, you know, Prime Minister. I believe all of him. If I go there and if I search for him, will I get him? No. He is more or less a VIP, not more or less, he is a VIP. Yes. If I want to search for any VIP, then definitely I should go for VIP launch. There will be a particular place where VIP launch will be there. There I should go and I should search for him. I'll get him. Possibilities are there at least. Here, if I go in front of BGS, if I search, will I get him? Practically impossible. Yes or no? Am I right? In a similar way, static elements are like VIPs. Of course, they will travel here. They may travel from here, but does it mean that I can meet him here? In a similar way, main method can be present here, but don't you think it is static? If it is static, it will be present in your static segment as well. From there only it should come. Okay. So now if you observe from here, okay, from here, copy of that will come, and here one activation record of what? Activation record of main method will get created. Got it? Next what? Next what? It will check who is on top of the stack. Who is on top of the stack? Main method's activation record or activation record of main method is on top of the stack. As it is on top of the stack, the control will enter inside this. But if you observe the flow, till now what and all we have executed? Static variable is done, static block is done, static methods, I am doing it. Okay. Inside this, what is the very first statement that I have written? Display one. Display one is what? Static method. If there is any static method or a static variable, you need not create an object of that class and then try to access, not needed. What you can do? Directly you can call the method by using class name. What is the class name? Sample. Sample.display1 directly you can write. But display2 is what? Non-static method. For non-static method, what I have done? Created an object and then I am trying to access. Clear with that? Yes. So next what? As I have called display1, what should happen? You are executing main method. While you are executing main method, you call another method. So control from here, it will go to where? Display one method. So control will come here. And anyways, now an activation record should be created for display one. You think and tell me from where will it be created? From static segment. Okay, from static segment. Why? Static elements will be present on your static segment. If you want to take a copy to create an activation record, it will definitely be taken from static segment only. So what will happen from this side? Okay, one activation record will come. Which one? Which it will be? This is nothing but your activation record of display one. Inside this, what I have written? Print ABC. Because of which, somewhere over here I will try to write. I'll get in my output screen as yes. Yes or no? Next what? Is there any more statements present in your display one method? No. So what will happen? This particular activation record will get deleted. Means whatever is present inside this activation record, that will also get deleted. As such, there is nothing. So I don't want to delete anything. But if anything is there also, it will get deleted. Next what? Come back to same place from where it came. That is to this statement. And will it directly go back to operating system? It will check, is there any other statement below this? Is there any other statements? Yes. So what it will do from here, it will come to here. Okay, you are creating your object because of equal to operator. It will go to right side because of new keyword. What it will do? Sorry? It will try to allocate block of memory and assign one address to it. And then you are giving class name. Is there a class called a sample? Yes, it will check if class is there. Is there any instance variables within that? Is there any instance variables within that? Which are those? X, Y, Z. So what it will do, it will allocate a memory for those variables. And will it only allocate? No. Along with allocation, it will also initialize it to default values, that is 0, 0 and 0. Done till here. Next what? This side it is done. Come towards left side and here it will try to create one reference and it will be having the address, which means it is pointing to here. Why it is getting created here, I believe all of you know. Why not in display one method? Why it is inside main method only? We have written it in main method, so it will get created also in main method. Clear till here? Next what? You are trying to call display 2, but be careful here. Be little careful. What is that, sir? If you ask me, once after object is created, okay, once after object is created, before coming to left side, from right side it will start, right? Actually, I have already created this. I missed that point. So once after the object is created, assume that this much is done. There is no reference created yet. Okay. Only object is created. Before coming to left side, what it will do? It will try to execute non-static block. What is the flow? Non-static variable will be done. Is it done? Yes. Once non-static variable is done, next what? Non-static block. Then non-static method. If you want to call any non-static method, definitely you should create a object. Whenever you create a object, this side. Once you create a object, before the control comes to left side, before even this reference is stored, what will happen? It will execute non-static block. Means once this is done, before coming to this side, where it will go? Non-static block it will go. When it will go? Before. Once your object is created, before coming to left side, first it will execute non-static block and then it will proceed ahead. Then it will go towards left side. Be very much careful here because this question I'll ask later. 6 keywords I have written right in the beginning. That is static variable, static block method, non-static variable block method. All these things separately, each one we will discuss later. At that point of time, I'll definitely ask. If you want to remember it, please do remember. Getting my point? Okay. Next what? Sorry. So before this, that will get executed. So here it will become 9. 9, 9, 9. Is that clear? And then once it is done, where it will go? It will first go to Here only, from here it will go to left side, which means here yes with some address, and it will be pointing to here. Clear till here? Okay. Next what? Sorry. Next statement. S dot display to. You think and tell me display to is what type of method? Non-static method. So from where it should come? Definitely from code segment only. One copy of that particular method will come to where? Stack segment, that is top of stack. Inside this, what I'll do? ABC, XY, Z. Or however, XYZ ABC or ABC XYZ. Clear? Okay. Next what? Here I'll get the output, that is XYZ first. 9, 99, 999, 10, 100, 1000. Is that clear? Okay. Next what? Is there any more statements left in your display too? No, because of which control will leave the method, which means this activation record got deleted. Next what? Display 2 is also done. Now it will come back to same location from where it came. Here it will come. Is there any more statements here? No. So what will happen? Activation record of main method is also deleted. If activation record of main method is deleted, then definitely whatever is present inside that will also get deleted like this. If this is deleted, definitely there is no one referring to that object. So you will say, sir, that will become garbage object, sir. Then interviewer will ask, what do you mean by garbage object? Why will you do that? By yourself, you keep it in such a way, interviewer will not get a chance to question on your answer. Okay. It should not be something like you will give one answer and you will ask 100 questions on that answer itself. It should be something like one answer you give, at least you should change the topic. You should not get an option to ask question on your answer. Okay. So what I'm trying to say, once activation record of main method is deleted, okay, whatever is there, whatever is present inside your main method's activation record, that will also get deleted. That will also get deleted means what? This reference. If this reference is getting deleted, there is no one pointing to it. If there is any object present on heap segment without any reference to that particular object, we call it as garbage object. And if there is any garbage object present on heap segment, every 3 milliseconds once, garbage collector will come, collect that garbage object and deallocate the memory. You finished it in hardly 3 seconds. Okay, garbage object, it will be collected by garbage collector. Done. And if you answer it this way, though it seems lengthier, don't you think interviewer will get a clarity that you know in and out, even inside memory, how it works? He will get a picture clearly saying that you are good at it. So I will not think of asking anything further, at least with respect to this topic. Clear? Yes, no? Any doubt in this? Can we execute this quickly? And then we can proceed ahead. Yes? If you have any doubt, again, when exactly your non-static block will get executed? Non-static block, when it will get executed? Once after your creation of object, before creating a reference, your non-static block will get executed. Is that clear? Okay. So this is just a sample program to explain how exactly the flow will work. Okay, how exactly the control will flow, from where it will start, from where to where it will go. To understand those things, this is one such sample program. Clear with that? Any doubt? No? So quickly we will execute this. Can we start? class sample static int a comma b comma c integer type x comma y comma z, and then static block I want a equals to 10, b equals to 100, c equals to 1000. Yes, and then I want one non-static block as well, wherein x equals to 9, y equals to 99, z equals to 999. Yes. Next what? Static void display 1. System dot out dot print ln. What I'll print? A. Here this one should be B, this one should be C. Void display 2. Here I'll make it as X. However you want to arrange, you can arrange it. Close this. Yes. Here I want to call sample dot display 1 because it is a static method, and then sample type s equals to new sample, and then s dot display 2. Just check, is there any error? Are we getting the output here? Any doubt? Yes, no. Hopefully, even if you have doubt going ahead, you will get a clear picture. But how it will start the program execution? First, JVM will get loaded on top of the stack, and JVM will hand over the control to class loader. The duty of class loader is to scan the entire code segment to check is there any static elements. I told before also it is static elements, not static variable, because if you are saying only static variable, in your static segment, only static variable should be there. Then what about static block and methods? So all the static elements will be copied and it will be placed on static segment, and control will be given back to JVM, and JVM will start executing the code from static segment first. Did I directly start from main method? Then whatever we have discussed till now will go wrong. The very first concept, that is from where execution will start, static variable. And if you say main, which means the total concept is only going wrong. So please be careful with respect to that. Okay, next what? Static variable will be done, block will be done, and then static method. When it comes to static method, even if you are having thousands of static methods, still it will check for main method only. If main method is there, then only it will proceed ahead by executing main method. Again, now main method, when you are trying to execute, from where the copy of that should be loaded on stack? From static segment only. If it is a static element, then definitely activation record will be created from static segment only. Okay, from static segment, one copy will come for stack segment. Clear with this? Yes or no? Okay. So now, next what? Now we have understood how exactly the control will flow, from where it will start, where it will go, all these things we have understood. But now what we should understand? Next, what we should understand? We should understand what is the importance of each one. Means, when should I use static variable? When should I use static block? When should I use static method? These things, each one by one, we should try to understand. So anyways, I'll start with very first program. I believe this is clear. Yes. Online, is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Any issue? I mean to say, is there any problem? Then what the discussion is all about? So now comes the question, when should I use static variable? When should I use non-static variable? Okay, that is my question. When should I use static variable? I'll consider one simple example here. Okay, I believe all of you know the loan process. At least maybe you would have taken loan, or your parents or your relatives or your friends, someone would have taken loan from bank. Yes. When it comes to loan process, assume that now I'll consider farmer taking a loan. Okay, I have developed one application wherein farmer will come, he will take a loan. Whenever farmer is coming for loan, I will give one application, and in application I'll ask few details. All these basic details, I mean personal information will be there. Along with that, what is the principal amount? How much you want? Principal amount means what, I believe all of you know. What do you mean by principal amount? How much amount you need? That I will ask for customer, and I'll ask for time duration also. For how much duration you want this money? Okay, you think and tell me. There will be three things. One is principal amount. Second one is time duration. Third one is rate of interest. When it comes to rate of interest as well, considering all the three aspects, you think and tell me which will be decided by bank and which will be decided by customer. What about principal amount? Who will decide that? Customer only, sure, right? Is there any day where bank will say that no, you should take this much loan only? No, it is optional, up to you. I mean, it is all up to you. Based on your requirement, you can decide how much money you want. Time duration, customer or bank? Who will decide that? Quite obvious.
Customer.
Customer only will decide. Time duration also means I want this much amount for 7 years, 6 years, something like that. Yes? Yes or no? You think and tell me, who will decide rate of interest? Bank only will
Bank.
decide rate of interest for sure. For even if Prime Minister is coming, Minister is coming, or MLA is coming, for anyone or for a common man, and for everyone, the rate of interest will be same. Yes or no? Okay. So what I'll do now, I want to write a program for calculating simple interest. Okay. I want to calculate simple interest. How to calculate that, and I want to display it as well. Okay. So please do listen carefully. Now, of course, whatever purpose why we are starting this program, I'm aware of it. I'll cover the topic, but before that, please listen to it first. You should understand the purpose. When should I go with static? When should I go with instance? Okay, that is my concern here. Okay, here if I take, who will take the loan? Assuming that you can take customer, for now I am taking it as farmer because this is what I have used in your PPT. So same thing, I'm just trying to use it here as well. Okay. Next what? Inside this, I need few variables. Which are those? Float type, P. P is nothing but principal amount. T. T is nothing but time duration, and ROI, nothing but rate of interest. Last but not the least, that is what? Means using these three, I'll try to find this one. I believe all of you know the difference between rate of interest and simple interest. Yes or no? Yes or no? I feel like no. Some yes are there, but at the same time, some of you are going on mute, which means, okay, fine. I want to take 1 lakh rupees as loan, okay, for 1 year. Assume that 50% is rate of interest, which is not actually practical. If that is the rate of interest, no one will ever take loan, okay. But assume that 50%, because I am weak in maths, I want something which is easy to calculate, so I'm taking 50%. So 50% is the rate of interest you assume. Then how much you will pay in return? 1 lakh 50%. That is nothing but 50,000 plus your principal amount. Okay, both together, how much you will pay in return? 1 lakh 50,000. That is nothing but 1.5 lakh. Yes or no? 1.5 lakh is nothing but your simple interest. Or, you know, uh, when I say rate of interest, that 50% whatever I have told means at 50% rate of interest. That is nothing but your rate of interest. That is our word. Okay, simple interest and rate of interest difference, is it clear? Okay, next what? Now, very first thing, what I want to do, static I don't want. Just because I'm discussing static concept, will you, wherever you want, will you introduce static? No. What I want to do, I want to accept the input. Normal farmer loan process you think. Forget about static now. Forget Java. Whenever farmer is coming, what we will do first? You will give one application form. Why you are giving application form? In bank, if you go, they will give you application form. Is it that they don't have any other work, so they are giving one application form? There is a reason, right? Why? To take the information. More or less, I can say, in technical terms, if I want to say, I'll tell that I want to yes, I want to accept the input. For that purpose only, I'm giving you one application form, or in bank, they will give you one application form. Yes or no? And once you fill that, okay, while you are filling that, what all they will ask you? Loan application if you are trying to fill, or if you want to take, you would have taken loan from various applications in your mobile itself. What they will ask? Personal information you leave, apart from that. Then, say here, I'll just try to say, okay, first what I'll do, new, I believe you know this. Yes. Next what? System.out.print. Enter the I want to read it. How can I read? Be careful, it is float. Next. Enter the what? Time, duration. I want to read it. How? Where I will store? T. Next is what? Enter the value of rate of interest. But you think and tell me, should I give that option for farmer? Then he will enter 0 directly. Rate of interest. If anyone give an option for you to enter, what will you enter? If option is given for me, definitely I'll try to enter minus. So that if I have taken 1 lakh, bank should give me 50,000 extra. Okay, that is what I will do, obviously. Okay, so what we should do? We should not ask it from user. So what we should do then? In the backend, directly we can set it saying ROI equals to how much? Again, this is because I want the calculation to be easy. So I'm taking 2. If I take 2.5, 2.5 into respective values will be difficult. So I'm directly writing 2.0 F. F, why I'm writing, I believe all of you know that. FS23B. F means what? This one. Why I'm writing F here? If I don't write, what will happen? If I don't write, what will happen? It will be considered as double value. You are trying to store double type value in your float type variable. Will it work? No. It will give possible logic conversion of data from double to float. Means if you are trying to do this operation, there might be a chances of losing some data because you are trying to store what 8 bytes of data in your 4 bytes of container. Will that be acceptable? 100%? No. Now you got the input. Next, what I should do? Next, what I should do? Void calculate inside this. What I'll do? Yes. Yes or no? Next, what? What I should display? Now, whatever I have calculated, same thing I should display. This class itself, I'll close. Clear with this? Next, what? Here, what I'll start with? Class launch farmer. Inside this, public static void main of this one. Inside this, what I'll do? Farmer type new farmer. But whenever I say that bank is giving a loan for farmers, do you think only one farmer will come? No. So what I'll do? Clear? Next what? Now, in actual, using one single blueprint, how many objects I have created? 3. Using one single blueprint, how many objects I have created? That is nothing but 3 objects I have created. Next what? For all the 3 farmers, I should start what? Calling method. Which method? First, when 3 farmers are there, give one application for each one of them. Take the input. Do you think one farmer is coming? First, they will allow them to, take the loan, then leave. No. First, they will give application form. They will collect all the application forms in one shot. Then they will calculate it. Okay. So what I will do here, F1 dot accept input. F2, F3. Yes. Clear or not? Next, F1 dot calculate. Next what? F2, F3. Any doubt till here? No. Next what? F1 dot display F2, F3. Yes or no? Close this method, close this class. Any doubt in this? Any doubt in this? No. Next one. Now this complete program is present where? I cannot, anyways, fine. I'll draw till here. Okay, what is this? This is nothing but your code segment. Next what? Next what? Very first thing. First on your stack segment. Okay, this is your stack segment, you assume. In your stack segment, what will happen? You're on your top of your stack segment first, JVM will get loaded. It will hand over the control to whom? Class loader. What is the duty of class loader? To scan entire code segment where your program is present to check is there any static elements in the program. Is it there? Is it there or not? One or two. Is it there? Yes, that's it. Okay. So what it will do? What it will do? It will just take a copy of that and it will store it where? Here is your, which one? This is nothing but your static segment. You assume here what will be there? How many statements almost have written? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is how it will get stored in your where? Static segment. Next what? Control will go to main method. Control will go back to JVM because the class loader's duty is done. Next what? It will check for static method. Method. Whether it is there or not does not matter every time. Even after 100 days, if I ask you also, you got habited. Okay. After some 100 days or tomorrow only if I ask, or today only if I ask also, from where the execution of program will start? It is coming. Till here it is coming. What is coming? Static is not coming. Main method. You got so much habited that whenever anyone asks, without even thinking, before you think, very first answer that will come. Later you will think, okay, static variable is also there. Okay, from where it will start? Static variable, please be careful with that because quite difficult to change. You got so much habited. Okay, from throughout, engineering, those who are from CS, from your engineering days itself, you got habited saying that every program will start getting executed from main method. But is it true? No. Okay. So please be careful here. It will start from static variable. But is it there in my program? No. So it will go for static block. Is it there in my program? No. So then it will go for static method. Okay. Is there any static method? Yes. Which is that? Main method. So because of which one activation record should be created, but please think and tell me from where exactly this activation record will come. This activation record is of main. It will come from where? It will come from static segment because it is a static element, more or less like a VIP. Okay, next what? Next what? It will check who is on top of the stack. You think and tell me who is on top of the stack? Activation record of main method is on top of the stack because of which the control will enter inside. And what is the first statement? Because of new keyword, what should happen? What should happen? First, one new block of memory should be allocated. Yes. And then one address should be assigned because of new keyword. Then because of class, it will check whether that class is present or not. Is that class available? If that class is available, what it will check for? It will check is there any instance variables or not. Is it there? if it is there, what it will do? It will allocate a memory for that. That is T. And don't you think all four are nothing but your instance variables? All four are nothing but your instance variables. So it will allocate the memory for all four. And then what? Okay. Next. Not non-static keyword, it is non-static block. I have told you before also. That is the reason I was waiting for your answers. Once this side is done, before coming to this side, it will check. Is there any non-static block? Is it there? Is it there? Anywhere did I just write open bracket and close bracket? No, it is not there. As there is no non-static block, what it will do? Continue with the work. What is the work? Come on the left side and then try to create this, and it will start pointing to here. Yes. Next what? Come to next line. Equal to operator. Go to right side. Because of new keyword, again, what it will do? Assign the address, and then because of class name, what will happen? It will check whether the class is present or not. If it is present, where it will go? To check, is there any instance variable? Is it there? If it is there, next what? It will allocate the memory first. So here, which are the instance variables? P, T, ROI, SI. It has allocated the memory. Yes, only allocation will it be done. It will also be initialized to default values like this. Got it? And then next what? It will check if there is any non-static block or not. Is it there? No. As it is not there, what I should do? Continue with my work. I'll just try to create F2. And here, okay. Same thing for F3 also. I will not ask, I'll directly do it. Okay, because if I ask you, you will definitely sing a song, which I don't want to listen. So I'll try to do it directly. P, T, RO, I, and SI. And not only this much, 0 0.0, 0 0.0, and then yes. Next what? This will be your F3. Before doing this, it will also check for what? Before doing this part, what it will check for? Non-static block. As it is not there, I will just continue with my work and it is done. Next what? Which line? F1 dot accept input. If I try to execute F1 dot accept input, what should happen? One more activation record should be created here. This is the activation record of accept input. Okay. Now this method is working for which farmer? Normal farmer. Which farmer? For farmer F1, because I have told F1 dot accept input. Getting my point? So these two will not be working. This one only will be working, whatever is working. Getting it? So what I have written, activation record has been created. Inside that I am accepting the value. I will display a message saying that enter the value of P. User will enter some value. I'll display enter the time duration. User will enter some value, and I'll directly set the value of ROI to 2.0. Rest what will happen, I'll show you. Please listen. Now for P, user will enter. Easy I want. Anyways, 10 also we can write 1000. No one will take 10 rupees as a loan. So I'm just assuming 1000 rupees. Okay. Time duration 1 year. Okay. Of course, you can have a doubt here saying that, sir, how will you consider that as 1 year, sir? It can be 1 month also, 1 day also. Just one is the input. Is the concept actually to create an application to take the loan? No. The concept is to understand the purpose of something. So let's discuss about that. The process is not to create a loan application. Okay, don't worry about that. Next one, rate of interest also should I ask from user? If I ask, definitely answer will be negative or 0. Okay. So here 2.0 directly I have said. Did I change anything with respect to SI? So far, no. Is there any more statements in your accept input? No. Because of which, what should happen? This activation record should be deleted. Once this activation record is deleted, next what? Sorry? From where? Where it came from? Okay, where it came from? F1 dot accept input. Okay, F1 dot accept input, it will go. Next one. F2 dot accept input. Again, one more activation record will get created for which method? Accept input only. But this time, this has been deleted. One time created, deleted, done. Second time, again, accept input only is getting created. But for which format? This time it is for F2. Again, I'll not do it again. Don't expect me to write it 3 times and erase it 3 times. Do understand? 3 times, same thing. It is not something like 3 times continuously created, 3 times continuously deleted. No. First time, created, deleted. For second farmer, now it is again created, you assume. This is not dotted box now, assume that it is full box. Okay. So now it is created because of which here 2000 user will give here 2 years. This will become 2.0. Now what? This will get deleted now. Again, F3 dot accept input, because of which another time, again, this one only, accept input method only, again it is created, but for which farmer? F3 farmer. Okay, because of which here, I'll just write 3000. This will be, sorry, 2 if I tell also, it will become as what? 2.0 only. Sir, here you are giving integer input, no sir, that is float. No worries, because numerical type promotion. Do you remember that? Or in simple words, typecasting. I believe all of you remember. If I pass integer and if I'm accepting float, how will it store? 2 if I'm passing, it will store it as 2.0. We have seen in yesterday's program only. Yes, method overloading. Next what? Now this has been deleted. Accept input has been deleted. Next what? F1 dot calculate. So one more activation record will be created here. This activation record is for what? This is for calculate. Now what I'm doing? For F1, I am taking the value of P, T and rate of interest. Please be careful, don't take randomly. I have called F1 dot calculate, not F2 or F3. It is F1 dot calculate. Because of which, what is the value here? 1000 into 1, that is 1000 only. 1000 into 2, that is 2000.0 divided by 100. How much it will be? 20. So much you need to think. 2020 cancel. That is 20.0, because simple interest is nothing but float type variable. Now again, is there any other statements here? No, so this will get deleted and then F2 dot calculate. Now it will again get created. Activation record again will get created for which farmer? For farmer 2. Next what? Sure. Sure. 2 to the 4, 4 to the 8. 80.0. I thought I am weak in maths. Okay. However, again, this one will get deleted. Next what? F3 also same thing. So directly if you have to write 3 3s are 9, 9 2s are 18. I believe it will be 0.0 because it is float type data. Done. Now this one got deleted. Next what? This will be your activation record of display method. Inside this only one statement is there, because of which in my output screen first time I'll get 20.0. Then this one, is there any other statements here? No, because of which this will get deleted once this is deleted. Next what? F2 dot means again display method will get created. Yes. And that time whenever it is created, activation record, next time I'll get the output as 80.0. Again it will get deleted. F3 dot display. Again it will get created and it will display the output as, and it will get deleted. And is there any other statements present in your main method's activation record? No, because of which even this main method's activation record got deleted. Got it? If this is deleted, whatever is present inside also will be deleted. Means these things. Okay. If these things are also deleted, next what? Garbage collector will collect that respective garbage object. How many garbage objects I do have here? 3. So all the 3 will be collected and memory will be deallocated. Clear till here? Okay. Next what? Program is done. We got the output. Is the approach right? What is the issue? You don't answer. Others. Everything is working fine. We'll get the output for sure, no doubt. Okay, there is one error also. We will get that later. I'll intentionally I've left it so that others will identify. Apart from that, approach, is it right? Sorry, memory consumption is more. How? If you observe this, think and do answer, principal amount for every format, will it be same or different? Principal amount for every format will be different. I may take 10 rupees, you may take 1 crore, others may take 10 crores, anything and everything. Okay, so for sure this will not be same based on their requirements. What about time duration? I know I can repay it in 1 day, but is there any surety that you will also pay it in 1 day? No, you may take 10 days, others may take 10 years. Yes or no? That will also be different. Okay, but you think and tell me, rate of interest, will it be different? No. You can tell this. Just like this, if you tell, of course, they will understand, but to make it better or effective, here you may think, sir, normally, how many bytes I'm taking here for rate of interest? 4 bytes here, 4 bytes here, 4 bytes here. Sir, hardly 12 bytes now. Whenever we are taking loan or whenever bank is providing loan, do you think only 3 formats will come? Assuming that 100 farmers came first day, very first day. How many bytes have spent? 100 for each farmer for rate of interest 4 bytes. Means 100 into 4 it is 400 bytes. Okay. But assume that here also value is same, here also value is same, here also value is same. Even if 100 more farmers will come, value of rate of interest will be same. Why should I allocate for each farmer 4 bytes? Don't you think I can make it one single copy? Sir, what is the problem, sir? It is just a matter of 12 bytes here. For 100 farmers, it is 400 bytes. For that matter, I think we can take loan from PhonePe or Cred or various applications are there. For that matter, how many of total population are using phone pay? If I ask you, millions? Not sure. It may be billions only. Billions, maybe not, but at least millions for sure. Yes or no? For millions, forget about millions. I'll just take 1 lakh people. For 1 lakh people, how many bytes you are wasting? 4 lakh bytes. For 1000, 4000 bytes you are wasting. Wasting it. Why I am calling it as wasting? 4000 bytes is nothing but 4 GB. Okay, 4 GB of data you are wasting only for storing rate of interest, which is of no use. We can't do anything with respect to principal amount, so we should store it. Separate copy, we need it for each customer. But don't you think rate of interest, we can store it in one single copy? But what we are doing here, separate copy for each object, separate copy for each customer we are doing. Yes or no? Which is not actually right approach. Clear with that? How can we avoid this then? As I've already told, for 1 lakh customers, it will be 4 lakh bytes. For 10 lakh customers, it is 40 lakh bytes you are wasting. When you can save, assume that 1000 bytes you are wasting or 4000 bytes you are wasting, out of which you can finish the task using only 4 bytes. If you are wasting instead of using 4 bytes, if you are spending 4000 bytes, do you think company will give you some promotion, some gift and all? On an immediate basis, they will terminate if that is the case. So what we should do in that case? What we should do, if you ask me, don't make it this way. Rather, what I can do? Here, I'll just make it as static float rate of interest. And then definitely I need one static block as well to say that ROI equals to 2.0. Yep. And then you can remove it from here. Because this is a non-static method. This is a non-static method. Inside non-static method, I'm trying to do this. But don't you think if there is any static variable, it is better to assign the values in your static block only? You can assign it in non-static block also, or non-static method also, it will work. But should you do that? If there is any static variable, you should assign the value in static block itself. So that in the beginning itself, once after the allocation of memory, immediately it will be assigned with some value. Clear with that? Without static block. You can do it, but when there is an option of static block, why should you do direct? Nowadays, everyone will do directly only. You can do it directly as well, but it is a option that you should know this is also there. Getting my point? Is that clear? Yes, no? Okay. How can we overcome this? If we just make this static float ROI. So what will happen now? I'll not make the complete changes here. So please listen to this carefully. JVM will hand over the control to class loader. Class loader will scan. Is there any static elements in the program? How many static elements are there as of now? Static variable is there, static block is there, and then static method. That is nothing but your main method is there. So before this, what else will come? Like this, and initially it will be 0.0 by your JVM. Next what? Static block should get executed, because of which here the value will get changed to 2.0. Yeah. Next what? Quite obvious, there is nothing but your method. It is main method. It will start getting executed, because of which now whenever you create an object, it will check. Whenever you give class name, it will check whether class is present or not. If it is present, it will check is there any instance variables or not. How many instance variables are there as of now? 3, not 4. It is 3, because of which this one will not be there. This one will not be. So even if you create 100 objects now, rate of interest will still be a single copy, not 100 copies. Clear with that point? Yes, no. So when I should go for static variable? Repeat. Multiple objects of same class. Then should I go for static variable? Multiple class we can't say. Rather than that, static variable should be used whenever I want to create one single copy for all the objects. Simple concept, guys. Here, if you observe what I have done, this one I made it as a single copy. For whom I have done this? For all these objects, this is one single copy I have done. Previously, what it was? For every object, there was one individual copy. Now, what I have done? One single copy for all the objects. When should I go for instance variable? Exactly opposite to that. As simple as that. If you consider, just see the example. In this static variable, rate of interest I have done. What is the use of that? One single copy it became for all the objects. In a similar way, which are the instance variables here? Which are the instance variables here? Question has been changed. That is P, T, and SI. Now, you observe that and tell me when should I go for instance variable? You can't say different. It will sound, answer will sound different if you say different. Okay, rather than that, you can say it this way. We should go for instance variables whenever we want separate copy or individual copy for each object. Then you should go for instance variable. Static variable, single copy for all the objects. Instance variable, individual copy for each object. Is that clear? Online? Yes,
sir.
no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so quickly let us just execute this. But output, will there be any changes? Which is this? This is that one. Okay. Okay. So now we observe carefully. Here, from where I should start with? Float type P, comma T, comma rate of interest, comma simple interest, and then void accept input. Inside this, what I should write? Scanner type scan equals to new scanner of system dot in, and then system dot out dot println. Enter the value of P, and then scan dot next float, and then P equals to, yes, system dot out dot set, sorry, println. Enter the time duration, and then scan dot next float, and then I'll try to store it in T, and then yes, next void calculate. Here what I should write? Simple interest equals to P star T star ROI whole divided, where is division symbol here? Lost it. Divided by 100. Okay. I'll get one error. What is the error? Please try to find it before I do it. Don't tell me scanner. Okay. Next. Did you get it? What is it? Okay. This one should be F2, F3. This one should be F2, F3. Yes. Save this, but however, I'll get an error saying that will the program work? Now at least. Yes, no. Yes, no. Yes, but I feel no. I'll definitely get one error for sure. Okay, how come? Okay. Float we have considered, right? I was just thinking feed. Okay. Now 1000. Please have patience. Okay. Don't come to any conclusion. Twenty 180.0. What I was thinking was we should get an error here. However, I have considered float here. That is the reason I'm not getting error. If I would have considered integer as p or t, p and t, anyways, it is integer only. Yes or no? Rate of interest is only float and divided by, and SI also, if I would have made it as integer. According to program, I could have done it as integer. Previously, I have done it as integer, so I thought I'll get one error because here I am dividing by 100. If you try to divide anything, I mean integer by integer, you will get what? Integer only. Okay, you will not get float. So because of which we may get wrong output or we will get an error. So what you should do here, whenever you are getting error, dot 0 f 100.0 f we should have done if you would have got an error. Okay, but unfortunately I have created variables in such a way we will not get error. Okay. So however, are we getting the output here? As I've already shown, we were getting the output. Yes or no? 1000, 1, 2000, 2, 3000, 3. Yes. We are getting the exact same output. However, here, as I've already told with respect to memory consumption, it is taking much more memory than expected. So what we should do? Static float ROI. Yes. And then static here. Next what? ROI equals to 2.0 F, and here I don't want this. Am I right? I have done the same thing over there, so I don't want that here. So run the program. Here, if I try to give the inputs now, I'm getting the same output, but however, with respect to memory consumption, the scenario is totally different. Is that clear? When to use static variable, when to use instance one. I believe all of you are clear. Any doubt with respect to this? Or how exactly it will get created, how exactly it will be allocated throughout the process? Is it clear? Okay, we discussed about code also, static also, heap also, and stack also. If I have to ask now, Code segment, what will be there inside code segment? The program, whatever we have written. Try to avoid short answers. What will be there in code segment? The program, whatever we have written, will be available in your code segment. What will be available in your stack segment? Only that much. JVM you can't say. It will not be inside this, but here for doing some work it came. But apart from that, what will be there in your stack? Activation records will be there, reference variables will be there, and local variables also will be present on your stack segment. What will be present in your static segment? This one you can say. Static variable, static block, static methods. What will be there in your heap segment? Whatever I have written, their address and everything, don't consider. One object will be there and instance variables will be there. Okay, because if any day anyone asks you which are the different segments available and what exactly will be present inside that, you should be capable enough to answer that. However, it is clear, I believe, for all of you when to go with what? Sorry? When to go with what? Static what? Variable and instance variable. Block did we discuss till now? Till now, block I didn't discuss. Okay, till now what I have discussed? When to use static variable, when to use instance variable. I believe it is clear. Whenever you want a single copy for all the objects, then you should go for static variable. Whenever you want individual copy or separate copy for each object, you should go with instance variable. Okay. So now I have one question for all of you. What is that if you ask me? Here it is. Okay. So if at all, if I take one main method here, say suppose class demo, inside this public static void main of so what will be the output of this program? As simple as that, in your output screen you will get BJS hub. Okay, however, if I try to write, first is this one, and then in my, in a sequence, I'll try to write one now. What will get printed first and then what? First, will it be BJ sub or Navin?
Navin, sir.
Sure.
Navin, then BJ sub.
But first I have written BJ sub, right? First. I heard only that much. Please be careful. This will not get printed first. If I write this much, then definitely my output will be what? First, it will try to print Navin and then BJ sub. Why? The functionality of your static block, when it will get executed? Before your main method or before your any of your static method. Okay, first static block will get executed. So when should I go with static block then? Say, before you go to any company, okay, today is your joining. Before you go to company, you definitely need certain things to be done. Which are those certain things? Yes. Before you join to company, there are certain things to be done. just like, I don't know for freshers how it works, but normally for experience, it should be done in such a way. ID card should be created, employee ID should be created, gate pass should be created. Yes or no? Employee ID after going to company, after some 1 week, 2 week, will it get created? No. When it should be created? Before joining. Okay, today you're joining means yesterday only it should have been done. Yes or no? Laptop should be issued, gate pass should be issued, and employee ID should be issued to you and ID card. Yes or no? So in that case, anyways, his work is software engineer is there one class. Inside that there is one, method called developer. Okay, there is one method called as developer. Inside that, whatever I want to write, he is developing a code, something I'll write. Okay, whenever I call software, in that class, whatever method developer is there, he will do the task. But before doing the task, what should have been done? He should have got his laptop, ID card, gate pass, and what else? I don't know. I missed something. These three at least. Yes or no? Laptop, ID card, and gate pass should be issued before developing the software. Yes or no? If you call directly developer, then what will happen? He will start developing the software. But all these things are not given only. Yes or no? Now what you will understand? Before executing any method or before executing main method, if there are certain set of statements which has to be executed before main method, then you should make it, you should write it inside static block. If anyone asks you when you should use static block, when you should use, answer it first. Okay. What is it? If there are certain set of statements which has to be executed before the execution of main method, then we should write those set of statements inside static block. Is that clear? Yes or no? And do we need to call this static block? Any day, will we call static block by ourselves? Method we will call. Previously, I have called display one method. Yes, but static block, should we call it? No, it will get called by itself. Clear with that? Just a minute. There's one important message. Okay, done with this? I mean, understood or not? I'll show you that. I don't even think I should execute this program also. Is it required? Because for your FS 23B, did you guys understand? When I should go with static block? If there are certain set of statements which has to be executed before the execution of main method, even though you are writing this statement after main method, still this will only get executed first. Why? It will not execute according to the sequence what your class loader will do. First, it will take static elements and it will place it on static segment. First, it will execute static variables and then static block and then static method. That is the reason this one is getting executed first, and then after this. Clear? Yes or no? So next what, sir? Next, if I ask you to count for non-static block, what is the program that was done? Not written. पूरा static ही है. Class, you leave it. Inside that, what is there? I'm asking what is that for? That program, what is the functionality of that program? एक ही प्रोग्राम है, कौन सा? जोर से बोलो, ठीक है। ओके, ठीक है। मतलब जैसे कि सैंपल प्रोग्राम था पहला वाला, वही वेरी फर्स्ट प्रोग्राम दैट आई हैव डन, ठीक है। So is this clear? Yes or no? Say almost it's been 2 hours 15 minutes or 2 hours only, you assume, because I started somewhere around 8:15 if I assume also. By 8:15 I have started, I guess. Assuming 8:15 only, another 2 minutes, it will become 2 hours. Still, I am in static block. After this, there is non-static block as well. Okay. So now for that, assume that I'll give you one task. All of you know Java, right? Basics at least. If I give you a task of counting the number of objects created, how will you count it? For you guys, anyways, it will not be done. Okay, fine. I will ask you to count the number of objects created. Write a program to count the number of objects that got created. How will you count it? Start. What you are waiting for? If there is one class, be it dog, cat, demo, whatever it is, how many times I have created a object of that is my question. See, simple thing is, what I'm asking from you guys, if you ask me, kindly observe all of you, here. So now assume that I'll say class dog is there. Okay. Inside this, I take string type, name. Dog will be having name, right? And then string type, color. Okay. And other things will anyways be there. You assume that this is the closure of dog class. Yes. Now I will ask you how many times I want you to count how many times the object of this class will be created. Means assume that your class launch dog, inside this public static void main. Okay, so I'll say dog type d1 equals to new dog type d2 equals to new dog, and then dog type new dog. So now I want you to check here itself at last. I want you to print how many times I have created objects here of dog. How many times? 3. You know that, but your compiler don't know. You should write a program to count how many times you have created an object. Can you do it? Do it. Do it. Others also. There is nothing special here. You should try. At least you should try. See, in your interview, they will not ask you the question, whatever is taught as it is in class. Something new also could be asked. What you should use, already I've explained few things. Using that, you can do this. What will you use, guys? Just give me a rough idea at least how we are going to do this. Yes. Everyone. No. Yes. Need time. Okay. See here. Stop because I'm not left with much time. I'm so sorry. You guys can try later. Okay. First, you try to understand. Now, I will try to declare one variable. Ultimately, I want to keep track of count. Yes. So, I will declare one variable as count. Because I have declared a variable here as count, where this variable will be allocated? Memory for this variable, where it will be allocated? Heap segment inside which object? When I say class name, then you can say dog. Which object, if I ask you, you should give the reference. Because there are three objects of dog only. How can you say which object? Which object? Only inside D1 it will be there. D1, D2, D3. In all the three objects count, one variable will be there. But you think and tell me, whenever I want to count something, see, I want to count how many people are there. First, I assume that I'll give one count copy for all of you. Okay, I want to count how many people are there in my class. So I'll give one count copy for all of you. And while counting from 0, first person, I'll increment from 0 to 1. For second person, again, should I start from 0 to 1? Now what I should do? 1 to 2. Whenever I go for third person, 2 to 3. Fourth person, 3 to 4. Fifth person, 4 to 5. Like that I should go. But if you allocate like this in every object, the value of count, as it is an instance variable, what is the default value? 0. For every object, one count variable will be assigned with the value 0. Every time you increment it, it will become 1. For every object, each time you count, it will become 1, 1, 1. And if you print the output, you will get it as 1. But you think and tell me, should I get 1? I should get 3. So now this is one practical application where you can use one single copy and individual copies. In this particular case, should I use separate individual copies for every object or should I use one single copy for every object? Sorry? I should use one single copy for all these objects. If I want to make one single copy for all the objects, then what I should do? Here's lack of space. So here I'll write it. Static int count. Where this variable will be allocated with memory? It will be allocated on static segment. Yes or no? So how can I count the objects now? How can I count objects now? Yes? Where I should increase? Static int count is one variable. I should increment it. But when should I increment? What I should write now? When should I increment the count? How will I get to know object is created? I know that, sir. New if I'm using object is created, sir. How will I get to know that address is located? How will I get to know instance variable is there? New, fine, new. Next what? Guys, think for every object there is something which will get executed for sure, which is common thing. What is that? Do you remember? I told you once after new keyword is done, once after object is created, before going to left side. For this one also it will execute. For this one also it will execute. For this one also it will execute. However, I have done count as static. And here I'll simply write count plus plus. And however, count is what? Static now. Yes or no? So because of which here on your static segment, what will be there? On your static segment, one variable called count will be present with a value as 0. And on the heap segment, what will be there? Should I write that? How many objects? Inside these three objects, what will be there? Name, color, name, color, name, color. And in your stack, what will be there? Main method. Inside that, D1, D2, D3. Yes. This much did you understand at least? And it will be pointing to respective places. So first time, whenever main method, all the control flow, I believe all of you know. So it will come because of equal to, it will go to right side. New, it will allocate one object, it will go to right side. And before coming to left side, where it will go? Non-static block, and then it will go back to same place, and then it will come towards left side. But because of count plus plus, where it will be incremented? Here. But if you have made it as instance variable, means like this, if you write, what will happen? Here one count will be there with value 0. Here one more count will be there, value 0. Here one more count will be there, value 0. And if you want to access these variables, what you should do first? If I want to access anything which is present inside class or inside an object, or if I want to access these variables, how can I access? First, I should create an object, then only I can access these two. But for this one, should I create an object? Not needed. Yes or no? But this particular statement, however you do, it will get executed. If you are creating an object, okay, and if there is a non-static block inside that class for which you are creating an object, for which class I am creating an object? Dog. Is there a non-static block inside the dog class? Yes. If it is there, then there is no way that you can avoid the execution of that particular non-static block. If you are creating an object, for sure it will get executed. Non-static block. Okay. Here also, new, one block, one address, dog, I mean instance variables allocation, and then before going to left side, where it will go? Here, count plus plus, and then go back and then come to left side. Because of which this will become 2. Next, it will go towards left side. It has been created with a reference. Next, here also new, one new block, address, dog, instance variables allocation, and initialization. And then before going to left side, it will go here, and then it will go back, and then it will go towards left side. So this will become 3. Is that clear? Yes, no? Any doubt in this? Quickly. Didn't understand or doubt? समझ में आया कुछ? Online?
Yes, sir.
So my question is, can you tell me some way, okay, where I will create one object of doc class, but I don't want non-static block to be executed? Is there a way? Object should be created. Okay, object should be created, but I don't want this non-static block to be executed. You should skip the execution of non-static block after object creation. Possible? Never ever. You can never do it. If you are creating an object of any particular class, and if I'm creating an object of dog, there is no way I can skip this non-static block execution. It will get executed. As I've already told, when it will get executed? Once after object is created, before the reference, first it will go there, execute non-static block, and then it will proceed ahead. Getting my point? Yes or no? So when should I go with non-static block? Static block I should use when? When should I use static block? If there are certain set of statements which has to be executed before the execution of main method, then I should go with static block. When should I go with non-static block? Here if you observe this and tell me. After main method. That is before main method. This is after main method. Wow. I mean, I'm asking like, see, what was the purpose of static block? If there is something which I want to execute before main method, I'll go with static block. Assume that here, is this statement getting executed after main method? No, while main method is getting executed only, that is also getting executed. So how exactly can you define non-static block then? That is the process you are telling, how it will work. But I'm asking, what should be the purpose? When should I use non-static block? Done. So if you ask me what is the purpose of non-static block, assume that there are certain set of statements which compulsorily has to be executed for every object that I have created of that respective class. Of which class? Assume that here it is dog. Means whenever I create an object of dog class, I want to print one welcome statement. Assume that I want to print one welcome statement. When I should print one welcome statement? Whenever I create an object of dog, I want to print one welcome statement. That welcome statement, don't you think for every object creation it should be printed? Yes or no? So what I will do? Use it inside non-static block. How, sir? So how exactly you can define if you ask me? If there are certain set of statements which compulsorily has to be executed for every object of the respective class, then you can go with what? Non-static block. Is that clear? Yes or no? Please don't come to any conclusion saying that this will get executed after main method. No, this will not get executed after main method. Rather, while executing main method, while you are creating an object, this compulsorily will get executed. This much I can say. Clear with that? Online?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
See, I want to continue. Few small topics are there, like differences of static variable, instance variable. Okay, getting it or not? What is the difference between static variable and instance variable? If I ask you, can you define it? What is there to think so much? Just observe. Just try to imagine one example of static variable and just try to imagine one example of instance. Just like the way I've considered farmer example, in that rate of interest was static, principal amount was instance. Now, if you observe, what is the difference? Very first difference. Static variables will be allocated on static segment. Instance variables will be allocated on heap segment. And static variables will be created with static keyword. Non-static variables will be created without using static keyword. Yes, and definition. Sorry. What is the purpose of static variable and instance variable? When should I go with static variable? When I want to create one single copy for all the objects, then I should go with static variable, instance variable. When I want separate or individual copies for each object, then I should go with instance variable. Deallocation. Deallocation. With respect to deallocation, whenever object becomes garbage object, instance variables will be deallocated. But with respect to static, so far, did I speak anywhere about deallocation? No, it will be taken care by JVM itself. Okay, we did not think anything about that memory deallocation. Clear with that? Yes or no? Okay, and few more will be there, but today I'll not be discussing that. And I think one more example, according to what you guys told, I think one more example I can take, but hopefully constructor is not done for you guys, right? Obviously, not done. Constructor is done FS23B. If I'm asking any concept, obviously I'm asking only for you because these two batches I know what is done, what is not done.
Not done, sir.
Okay. Hopefully I can ask only after doing that. But till now, what I have discussed quickly because I don't have much time. Quickly. Very first, I started with which are all the static elements that are present. Which are all the static elements that are present. And then the flow of execution. Execution of program will start from, first I have just written three statements. That is static variable, static block, static method. Later what I have done, I have included everything. And I have told you what? The flow of execution of program means first static variables will get executed, next static block, next static method, next non-static variable, non-static block, non-static method. And then I have discussed who can access whom. Yes, who can access whom? Can I access static variable inside static block? Yes, static variable inside static method. Static variable inside non-static block. Static variable inside non-static method. Non-static variable inside non-static block. 4 and 5. Non-static variable, fourth it is. After line, fourth one, non-static variable. Do you remember what I have written in the beginning? 6 statements, 6 semesters. Okay, non-static variable, can I access it inside non-static block? Non-static variable inside non-static method? Non-static variable inside static block? Non-static variable inside static method? No. Who can access whom is nothing much. This is all about who can access whom. Okay, next what? I have considered one single sample program wherein I have included static variable, non-static variable, static block, non-static block, static method, non-static method. If you remember ABC, XYZ, ABC equal to 10, 100, 1000, XYZ equal to 999, 999. You remember that? And I have considered display 1 which is static method, display 2 which is non-static method, and I written main method. Accordingly, I have given the memory mapping with respect to static segment, stack segment, and heap segment as well as port segment. It is anyway same. Yes. After that, what I have done? Purpose of each one. That is importance or advantages of static variable, or when I should use static variable. When should I use? For that, I have given one farmer program without static variable. What is the reason I have done that one first? Without static variable, I have done farmer program first. Why? So that you will get the problem. Keeping the problem, you can tell static as a solution to that. Getting my point? In farmer program, what was the issue? Rate of interest was getting allocated in each and every object unnecessarily, because rate of interest is common for every object. Then why should I allocate each time in every object? I will allocate once and for all, and same thing will be used everywhere. So what is the purpose of static variable? If anyone asks you, Static variable should be used whenever we want to create one single copy for all the objects. Okay, then comes your instance variable. What you will say? Answer only, right? Whenever I want to create individual or separate copy for each object, just like the example of principal amount, it will be different for every object or it can be same also. But majority of the chances it is different. But rate of interest will be surely same for everyone. But principal amount, time and simple interest, chances are there, it will be different. Okay. So because of which I'll make it as instance. Okay. Next, what is the purpose of static block? This you will easily remember, I believe. What is the purpose of static block? Sorry? That is such a statement which is just like that you can finish if you make it so lengthier. Interview will get confused. Are you saying something else? Okay, however, keeping it aside, what is the purpose of static block? If anyone asks you if there are certain set of statements which has to be executed before main method, then I should go with static block. What is the purpose of non-static block? Specifically, rather than saying that, you can use the term compulsory, okay, or mandatorily you can use. So what we can say, if there are certain set of statements which compulsorily or mandatorily has to be executed for every object that is created, then you should go with non-static block. Clear? Any doubt in this? And for remembering this, it should be easier. That is, first, whenever anyone asks static keyword for you, if all of a sudden, if I come and ask you, you should say that there are 3 elements in your static, and then you should speak about flow of execution, and then who can access whom, that is semester part. First, I have just written that, which are all the elements. Later, I have numbered it, and then who can access whom I have done, and then I have taken one sample program, and then advantages of each one. That is static variable, non-static variable, or instance variable, and then static block, non-static block. Till now, I have done till there. Okay, going ahead, if you ask me what I'll do, if there are multiple non-static blocks, how it will work? Okay, here only one non-static block I have considered. Assume that here 2 more I'll consider. Means overall there will be 3 non-static blocks. When it will get executed? Which will get executed first? That is what it is done in your class also, right? I know that. Just like the way you said, I got to know it is done. However, that is one program, and hopefully methods. When it comes to static method or non-static method, there is nothing much. Difference is the one thing. And along with that, already we have discussed how static method will work. Do you remember display one method in very first program? How did we call that? Directly by using class name. Clear with that? Okay, any doubts? So for today, I'll be winding it up here. Okay, tomorrow we will continue. Today, all the PPTs, all the recordings, and in Excel sheet. It has been created already. Excel sheet also has been created. I'll just give the access. Whoever have registered in that email Google form that was shared only for you, except those who have shared. Okay, I'll add that.